there, I'm Daria and currently a sophomore at UNCW. A year ago my major was undecided, but soon after returning from Malawi, Africa, I declared my major in education of young children to be specific, which will certify me in an age range of birth to kindergarten. After being thrown in front of 95 students and instructed to teach them volume in a language which some didn't comprehend, I undiscovered this talent of teaching in myself. While in Malawi, we had several projects that we focused our attention to execute. Our goal was to allow these efforts to become sustainable after our time in the demonstration school. During my time in this country, I witnessed things I never had imagined, but that also could be due to the fact I've never traveled off the East Coast. But one specifically left my heart heavy. Once females reach the age of their menstruation cycle, they are forced to miss around 7 to 10 instruction days each month. This is because there is a complete absence of feminine supplies. Not only is the rate of absence at a high, but so is the dropout rate for females in this country. If girls do not stay in school, then they will likely find themselves in a cycle of getting married off underage, unsafe pregnancies, as well as teenage pregnancies. This is because their lack of education. This issue speaks measures to me because our society today particularly has an urge for and focuses on empowerment. But how can we empower these females of Malawi if they find themselves in an inedible cycle with no resources or a lending hand to reach out for help? The thing about this is there is a solution to this problem of unbalanced males and females who are continuously enrolled in school. Males and females should have an equal right to their education, and if this means girls need extra support when it comes to their feminine cycle, then it should be given. Since 2004, my professors, Dr. Potts and Dr. Barber, return to Malawi every summer and have seen the numbers of female absences and dropout rates on the rise until they introduced this idea of destiny pads. Through their collaboration over the years, the Standard 8 exam, which determines whether a student can proceed to secondary school or not, the statistics for this test and the passing rate has gone from 3 passings out of 65 students to a full 85 passings out of 85 students. This is so important because if the girls receive the support needed to battle their menstruation cycle and be able to still attend school, they'll be able to take and pass their Standard 8 exam. This is just in one demonstration school alone. Imagine how much of an impact this can make if the ideas were spread throughout this region. Destiny pads are sewable, washable, sustainable pads that allow the older girls to keep coming to school once they start their monthly cycle. Girls in higher standards, specifically 5 through 8, learn to sew these, and they have a powerful and proven impact on keeping these girls in school. On our past trip, we had a goal for the girls to make what they needed for themselves, and then to continue to sew more for the other teachers, students, and then to branch off into the school's mothers group where they would then sell them in the villages at the market. This would then allow the schools to have fundings to buy and supplies to make more destiny pads and so on. These funds will then allow the project to be self-sustainable for the school, also while allowing females to stay in school. These simple changes can create their school environment to be effective and accessible in saving lives as well as drastically altering life chances. These global partnerships give support that powerfully impacts educational change, even if it's 8,046 miles away from UNCW. As I'm standing before you today, I'm addressing the needs of older girls who lack feminine supplies, because them to miss at least a week of school per month in standards 5 and 8, they're now sewing their own washable, sustainable destiny pads.